What's going on, YouTube? What's happening, guys? In today's video, we're going to be telling you how you can track your coronavirus stimulus checks with the IRS's Get My Payment website. We'll be going through how to use the IRS online tracker to see if your coronavirus stimulus payment is on its way or has been processed. Now, nearly 90 million eligible U.S. residents have received their coronavirus payments of up to $1,200 through direct deposit, and the IRS has mailed the first wave of paper checks as well, but it may take up to 20 weeks to send all the checks out via mail. If you have questions about the status of your economic impact payment, where's my stimulus check, how will I receive it, and how much money do I receive, I've got some answers for you guys on how to get an update. Now, the U.S. House of Representatives Committee on Ways and Means estimated it may take the IRS up to 20 weeks to mail every check, but don't panic, you can still receive your payment much faster by setting up electronic funds transfer with the federal government. Whichever way you choose, we're going to be showing you how to track your status, if we can, to see your payment schedule, including Social Security recipients. We'll also provide step-by-step instructions on how to use the IRS online tracker, which is called Get My Payment. Be aware that some who meet the requirements for an economic relief payment are having trouble tracking their payment status and entering their electronic banking information for direct deposit. We've asked the IRS for details. We'll also tell you what happens if you're getting a paper check through the mail. As for how much money you should expect to receive, without doing some calculations, it isn't obvious how much you're entitled to. Your final allowance will depend on a line in your tax form from either your 2018 or your 2019 taxes. You can follow these guidelines or use a calculator to find out. Just know that a little legwork is unavoidable. And we will put links to the guidelines as well as a calculator down below in the description box for you. So how to track the status of your stimulus checks from the IRS. Again, if you're eligible for a payment, the IRS lets you track your money through its Get My Payment web portal, but due to high demand, you may see a message that says you have to wait before you can access the site. So first step, you're going to head over to the IRS Get My Payment page, and I'll put that link down in the description box below as well. And you're going to click the Get My Payment button to check the status of your economic impact payment. On the next page about authorized use, you're going to tap OK. Next step, step number 3, now on the Get My Payment page, you're going to enter your Social Security number or your ITIN, your individual tax ID, your date of birth, your street address, your zip code or postal code, and then you're going to tap Continue. On the following page, the portal will show your payment status, whether it's been scheduled or if the service can't yet determine your status. If you've not set up direct deposit with the IRS, the service may walk you through those steps to get your check sent straight to your bank account, as opposed to having to wait for a paper check. And again, we're going to put a link down below to show you how to set up your direct deposit. Let's see now, how do I know if my check is in the mail? Well, last week the IRS began transferring the first stimulus payments to tens of millions of U.S. residents who've set up direct deposit with the government, but not everyone gets an electronic transfer. Some people who haven't set up direct deposit are reporting they've been notified their checks will be mailed out April 24th. Those receiving paper checks will soon get them starting next week, Treasury Secretary Stephen Mnuchin said. Now, how do you know that your status information is accurate, and what if I get an error message? Unfortunately, confusing message while using the tool are possible, so much so that the IRS explains common status messages in an FAQ. You may get a message if it's impossible to determine your eligibility, for example, or your payment status is not available. We're looking into it, but so far unearthed 9 reasons why Get My Payment may not be able to track your payment status. We won't get into those right now. The IRS updated its status tracking information on those who haven't received their payment once a day. You don't need to sign up to receive stimulus money. Just to be clear, to receive the stimulus payment, you need to file a tax return for 2018 or 2019. You can still do that now. Senior citizens, Social Security recipients, railroad retirees, and other beneficiaries who are typically not required to file federal taxes will not need to file one online to receive payment. The agency will mail a letter to taxpayers' last known address within 15 days after sending the payment. The letter will contain information on how the payment was made, how to report to the IRS if you didn't receive a check. For more on stimulus checks and how to best use your check, there's a lot of other resources out there as well. So again, if you need any of these links, they will be down in the description box below for you.